3 years ago, we set up a brand new business unit focusing on using HP's Idle and Haven platforms to effectively turn big silos of data into foresight for clients, namely universities. So in the UK, the higher education university marketplace has gone through some serious transformation in the last few years, where they've moved from a funding model which was predominantly from central government funding and has now moved to the student course fees being the main part of their income streams. Now, if you think of a university with 20,000+ students, losing 15% of your cohort a year and then walking out of the door with $15,000 course fee is serious business. So a specific example of that would be one of the first universities we engaged with. We went to them and said, have you got a student retention problem? They said, no, we only lost 4% last year. And we went away and did the maths and came back to them and said, on a 3-year cycle, then at the worst case scenario, that means you have £40 million, $60 million walking out of your business on a 3-year cycle. So when we built the solution, we designed it on the basis of taking it to market with a 10% improvement in retention levels. And what 10% means in the example I gave was a $6 million improvement or a $9 million upside. The return on investment is massive, as you can expect from the numbers that I'm talking about. But actually the universities have seen more benefit in terms of the improved engagement with the student community. And of course what that means for the university is at the end of the course year, through better degree courses and results for students, the ratings of that particular university are also going up as well. Now in the UK that's a big thing, because to be in the top 50 of the university league tables means that you also then start attracting overseas students, by the hordes. So our technology actually is the power of big data looking backwards to give the client foresight in terms of overlaying those digital patterns from historical data onto the current cohort at that particular moment in time. And so we're giving them 6 to 8 weeks advanced warning. In this particular use case, the technology group actually improved retention within their cohort by 76%. So there was a 41% delta between those using our technology and those not using the technology. But the interesting thing was that the pilot group using the technology, they were threatening to go on strike if the university didn't take the technology from being a pilot system into production. So it is very, very emotive. And I think that's because it's the tutor groups and the pastoral care teams within the university who are actually delivering service to students. They never had tools before, they just had pieces of paper. And now they have a single version of the truth in terms of a dashboard, which tells them exactly on that day where that student is in their engagement rating with the university and whether they're overperforming, underperforming, or on track. We can turn it on within 3 months. We can be in production within 3 months, having run a proof of concept, never mind some of the major IT transformation projects now, which can be taking up to 18 months. The ROI on this in the clients that we've brought onto production to date has been less than a year, which is incredible in terms of IT speak. I think the real wow factor here is in the predictive analytics piece. It's giving people a view of the future that they never had before. When we went back and started mining people's data and predicting the future in terms of their environment, the first client gave us 5 years worth of data. And what we did, instead of just building patterns based on that and then saying, there you go, is we actually looked at patterns from years 2 to 5 and then overlaid them on the last complete year. Amazingly, by mining that data, we could predict 87% of the students that left would have left. Now, that was in the early days, and now we're in the high 90% in terms of what we can predict. So the wow factor is what we can do, the art of the possible.